This podcast is part of the Deluxe Edition Network. To find other great shows on the network, head over to deluxeeditionnetwork.com. That's deluxeeditionnetwork.com.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Deluxe Edition. I am your host, Casey Shearer, and joining me, as always, the man, the myth, the legend, L. Ray Sexton.
What's going on, Casey?
Not too much, brother. How are you, man?
Yeah, we're having a day, doing things, recording all kinds of stuff today.
We're having a day. Yes, this is our second episode of the day, behind the scenes. And we're doing it live. The reason that we're here live is we wanted to mention a couple things that's going on here in the network. But first, let me go over a few things that I call the house cleaning. I forgot to play this in the beginning, so let's talk about it now. We are a part of the Deluxe Edition Network, and you can go to deluxeeditionnetwork.com, and the podcast of the month over there is Bev's Video Kingdom, and let me play the trailer for Bev's right now.
Looking for some midweek laughs? Then check out Bev's Video Kingdom. Join Brad, Zach, Scott, and Nate, four guys who never quite grew up, as they dissect their favorite films and have hilarious arguments about ridiculous movie categories. So grab a beer or a whiskey, or both, we don't judge, and tune in every Tuesday for the craziest movie podcast out there. You can find new episodes of Bev's Video Kingdom every Tuesday on all podcast platforms. It's the only podcast that'll make you feel like you're hanging out with your old college buddies without all the regrets.
Yeah, go check out Bev's Video Kingdom. Great podcast over on the network. And let's see what else we got here. We are over on Instagram and Twitter at Deluxe Edition Pod. If you would like to support the show, you could go to patreon.com/Deluxe Edition Pod and sign up over there. And I will send you things. Sign up and I'll send you things. You have to go to the website to find out what they are.
Yeah, we can't tell you what they are, because then you won't go find out.
Yeah, it's free. Look, Jim Ross says it's free to look. So go check that out. You can find our other shows over at deluxeedition.shows, all of our previous shows. And we are sponsored by GetSlicks.com. Go over to GetSlicks.com and use promo code Deluxe Edition Pod, and you can get cool stuff like this. They have awesome hats, hoodies, t-shirts, all different kinds of stuff. Go check them out. And let's see what else we have. Ray, where can people find you?
I am the 10 Cent Bear Night Podcast. They can find me on Spotify, and you can come hang out with me on Facebook and Instagram if you so choose. And you can buy my wares at tpublic.com. Get yourself a shirt. I believe the tank tops are coming soon for summer, so that's a good thing to have.
Yep. Yeah, Ray's got an awesome podcast. So go over to deluxeeditionnetwork.com and find Ray and all of the other great shows. And so one of the things that we're here to talk about, Ray, on this live show is to kick off the voting season.
Yes.
It is time to talk about the Denny's. It is our first annual award show. So I brought it up here. I have it on my phone. I want to go through the categories of the Denny's and let everybody know exactly what's going on here. But first, I as everyone knows, I love professional wrestling, and when we decided to come up with this idea, I've always actually when we were a part of the other network, I started a thing. It was called Just Say November, and it's exactly like October that Joe Rogan does, but it's in the month of November, and so it's shorter. It's a shorter month, but so many of our podcasts on the network are beer and alcohol related that it would like if they stopped drinking for their podcast, it really wouldn't be a podcast. It would kind of just I don't know if it would be good.
Well, mine would just be me sitting there staring at the microphone going, I don't know what to do.
So when we were over there on the No Phony Podcast Network for Just Say November, I had a championship belt made. And it was okay. It lasted like 1 year, I think. Not many people really participated. One of the people, my podcast partner, actually messaged me the day that it started at 6 a.m. and he said, "I'm out." So that's how that went. So when we started this, I was like, "This is a much better group of people." This is like I mentioned it in the group chat today. We're not building a network here. We're building a family. This is a really, really good group of people, and I wanted to do something really nice for everyone. So one of the categories at the top of the list when you go to the Denny's site is the Deluxe Edition Network Podcast of the Year. And instead of just a trophy or an award, because I'm a wrestling fan, I decided to have a championship belt made. And it has arrived, and I am very happy with this. Show everyone right here.
Yeah.
There it is.
There it is, baby.
And it was made by Pro Am Belts. You can go check them out on Instagram. I got this one, Ray, because it has it has 6 tags on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
So we won't have to get a new belt for quite a while. We could just keep adding
that's a good decision right there. I can't wait to get me a nice nail and scratch 10-cent beer night into that thing.
There will be no scratching of anything, no painting of anything. There's tags that can be bought with printed names on it.
Big old sticker right there on the front. 10-cent beer night.
Fucking spray paint 10s. Yeah, so you can go to the links will be in our description after this is all over, but you can go to deluxeeditionnetwork.com and there's a tab on there that says the Denny's, and then just click on the image that says the Denny's. And I have to thank our logo and our designer Yudu Bascora. He made the Denny's logo for us. He actually just added the Den logo to Denny's actual logo. So hopefully that will be okay with everyone. But it's awesome. It turned out really good. This is a really exciting thing. So a lot of people have already voted. This actually started a couple days ago. So let's run down through the categories here, Ray, real quick. The Deluxe Edition Network Podcast of the Year. Obviously, we just talked about that. Go vote on your favorite podcast. Then HILF, History I'd Like to Fuck with Dawn Brody. She has a category Most Fuckable President. Quad Pro Quo. Their category is Best Movie with the Worst Accent. Ray, your category is Best Mustache in a TV Series in 2022. Let's see. Oh, the deluxe. So our category is the top 5 stories from guests since the rebranding with Ray. Since so it's been since I think you came on episode 69.
Somewhere around April or May or June or July or January. I'm not real sure exactly when I came onto the show, but
Yeah,
it was somewhere last year. I know that.
yeah. It's been a blur. It's been a hell of a ride. We're coming up on our 100th episode too. There's controversy with our 100th episode. People are saying like it because you haven't been here. Because you haven't been here for 100 episodes.
Yeah, but the pod has.
I know. There's controversy though, man.
Well.
People are stirring it up.
Yeah.
All right. Hidden history. The most influential photo ever taken. And when you go to the website to vote, all of these photos are on there.
You know, I was disturbed that I looked and Brett Favre butt naked in his Crocs was not on that list of pictures.
Is that considered one of the most influential photos ever taken?
I would assume so.
All right. Let's see. All right, Stephen Gervais and Friends, which he says he's right here watching. Hello, Stephen. Stephen Gervais and Friends podcast. His category is the best Punisher ever. Let's see. Return of the Living Flet. He has a YouTube exclusive show. His category is the best video game of 2022 and 2023. The Graveyard Club. Their category is the best horror movie of 2022. Barrel Aged Flicks. Their category is the best drink paired with a movie. So on Barrel Aged Flicks, they always pick a drink that pairs with the movie that they're doing. So also, if you go on there, the website to vote, there are photos of those drinks as well. Talking Shit. Their category is hottest MILF in a movie. Spoil My Movie is the best animal sidekick in a movie. World's True Crimes category is the world's most emotional cases. The Real Drunks, the category is best movie of the 90s. Take on the World, who we just had on last week. Their category is the most gruesome murderer of all time. This is a new podcast that we just recently added to the network, True Crimes and Author, with True Crime and Authors with David McClam, the most prolific serial killer of all time. Here's another new podcast, Deep Dark Secrets, the most notorious necrophiliac. Bev's Video Kingdom, the podcast of the month, most memorable movie stoners. So this category is actually, so they do drafts on their podcast. So they drafted the most memorable movie stoners, and this was the winning list on that podcast. Horsing Around, their category is most delicious cereal. Metalhead Journeys, best metal band ever. Barrel Aged Chicks, worst sex scene in a movie. Growing Up Bananas, best video game soundtrack. Here's another. This hasn't even been announced really anywhere yet, but podcast Terror Tuesday with Amber, our guest Amber. She has a show on YouTube called Terror Tuesday. She will be joining the network very soon. She has a category called the greatest scream queen of all time. So go vote, go over to deluxeeditionnetwork.com and click on the link that says the Denny's and vote today. Vote every day. You can vote every day. So get those votes in. Vote for Deluxe Edition.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
Or I'll allow you to vote for Ray and the 10-cent beer night podcast as well.
Nah,
It's
like when Ross Perot ran for president and he took votes away from that other person. He ruined the whole election. Goddamn chicken man. Vote for Deluxe.
Well, here, this is going to be my suggestion. Since you can vote every day, one day vote for us, then the next day vote for Ray. Just back and forth, flip flop every day.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I'll allow it.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. All right. So once again, go over to deluxeeditionnetwork.com and click on the site or the banner that says the Denny's, and then click on the image and then vote for all of those categories that we just mentioned and the favorite podcast of the year, your favorite Deluxe Edition Network podcast. So they can win this. Show it here once again. And if you're not watching, head over to the YouTube channel to check it out. The podcast of the year championship belt from Pro-Am Belts. Check it out.
Yeah. Once I win that thing, I'm gonna do an entire episode in the Randy Macho Man Savage voice.
Nice. Nice. I'm already working angles. I have a couple angles written for it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that'll be an amazing storyline. Maybe I can go split personality and do Macho Man and somebody else too. Maybe Hogan. Or Piper.
Could we have just a tiny little tease of that right now?
Oh, yeah. Oh, you got to do that a lot too. You got to get your arms up like in the air and shit. And you got to point a lot. And just be excited a lot. That's pretty much Macho Man right there. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Maybe Stone Cold should be in there too. And another beer.
Hell yeah.
And another beer. I could just say that for 45 minutes and say that's the Stone Cold Steve Austin interview.
That would be good.
Yeah.
All right, that's enough of the Denny's talk. Go vote. We'll mention it every episode from here on out.
Till May 1st.
I think Ray has some. Pardon?
You can vote till May 1st.
Right? Yes, vote until May 1st. Yep. All right, Ray. I believe you have some news.
Yeah, it's been a while since I did some news stories because, I've been so focused on interviewing guests with you that news stories on my podcast have just been chucked out the window. So we thought it'd be fun to kind of do some over here today. We're going to start off on a sad note. Tom Sizemore has passed away at the age of 61.
Yep.
He was in a shit ton of great movies. One of those fellas, when you see him, you're like, hey, I know who that is. That's that guy from that movie. But, it's one of those things where you're like, what the fuck's his name? And then you got to go on Google and find it every fucking movie he's in. And you're like, but yeah, he's in a lot of good movies.
I think he might have been in, we talked about him when you were on, when Bill was the host of the show and you were you were our guest and we played that game. I think we talked about Tom in that movie or in that episode. He was in the movie that
True Romance.
The least, huh?
He was in True Romance.
Well, yeah, but no, he was in the movie that made the least amount of money ever. Remember, it was like $22.
That's right. What the hell is that movie?
I can't remember.
Now I gotta know. Let's see. What was that movie? Was it Born on the
Yeah,
4th
but
of July?
unfortunately,
That movie sucked ass.
yeah, unfortunately, Tom, he had some demons and,
Yeah.
addicted to drugs.
Yeah, that's the shitty thing. You don't get old when you do drugs. So, it's kind of the
No.
deal. Yeah. So, on a much happier note, John Cena is going to be in the new animated Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, Mutant Mayhem. He's going
Nice.
to be the voice of Rocksteady. As Seth
Oh,
Rogen.
okay. So,
Yeah. Seth Rogen is the guy in charge here, and he's going to be Bebop. So those two are going to have probably a lot of funny ass lines going on. Jackie Chan's going to be Splinter. And I don't know who any of the people playing the Turtles are, so I don't really care. But these are the three
is
actors
this
that Yeah, it's animated.
completely animated?
Yep.
Okay.
That's what I'm hearing. I mean, it would be funnier if they did the live action, but it'd be weird too if they do make
John Cena would be a good. I'm sorry, John Cena would be a good Casey Jones if they did the live action.
Yeah, that would make more sense, but we'll see what we get out of this, Been a lot of turtle movies over the years and cartoons and shit. Always fun though, like them new turtles are creepy. They could have almost made that a horror movie. And then And then let's go to another upbeat story. 21-year-old Arian Vorha, Arian V, we'll just call him that. Indian national attending school in the United States was arrested over the weekend for urinating on another passenger on a flight. The young man got belligerent, way too drunk, pissed off other people, fought with the crew, wouldn't sit down, and then eventually pissed on someone. The victim is not filing charges. Now, let me ask you, if somebody on a plane pissed on you,
straight to jail.
The last thing I'd be having them ask me is, so are you going to press charges? They're going to say,
yeah.
Did you really need to hit him and kick him that much on the plane? Like, yeah, he pissed on me.
Yeah. Straight to jail, buddy. Yes, I'm pressing charges.
I'm pressing his fucking head against the seat next to me. I'm
no
doing
excuses for that kind of behavior.
Yeah, I'm doing the bite the seat. I'm done with you peeing on me.
Yeah, I've been pretty hammered. I've peed in places I probably shouldn't have peed, but not ever on a plane on someone else.
Yeah. You got to be a whole different level of mad.
Yeah, maybe one day I'll tell the story about how I threw up on a bus on the way back from New York City after telling my ex-girlfriend's parents to fuck off.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a story for another day.
So yeah, if you want to drop a comment about if you would allow someone to pee on you and not press charges, we'd be interested to hear what you think of that. And you know what, Casey? That's the news for today. The news is so exhausting.
You're not feeling it today, bud.
It was so hard to find stories today that weren't tragedies like train derailments and toxic waste and bullshit.
Yeah. So let's talk about that real quick before we wrap up here.
Oh, yeah.
Is any of that stuff near you?
I have no idea because I just found out about it today because I don't watch the news or anything. I have a segment called News, and I don't watch the news except for I scroll through Facebook to find stories to talk about. And I saw it. I was like, oh, fuck, a fucking train derailed. Huh.
This probably will be one of our shortest episodes. This was a very last minute live episode, and I dropped the news segment on Ray about 20 minutes before we started the show. So, and And the AEW pay-per-view is live right now, so I'm going to probably go watch that.
Well, you do, however, have to settle the T-shirt thing, the giveaway.
Oh, yes. Thank you, buddy. Thank you.
You are welcome. So what happened was we gave away merch, and the person realized that it was our show that was giving away the merch and decided they didn't want it, so they never contacted us. So now we have to figure out how to give it away again.
Yeah, and for that reason exactly, I didn't ever take the papers out of the hat.
Yeah.
And it's still been sitting in the exact same spot. Actually, it was Ben Shapiro was our winner. I'm sorry, Ben, you never contacted us. I actually gave you 2 weeks to contact us because I forgot to do this last week on the live show.
Mm-hmm.
So my question was going to be, do I put Ben's name back into the hat? But I can't remember if I did or not, and I can't find the slip of paper that had his name on it. So, if it's in here, it's in here. If it's not, sorry.
He had 2 weeks.
All right. Yeah. All right. Here we go. Let's go.
All right. Casey is shaking the hat like Michael J. Fox.
Here we go.
All right. Here we go.
And the winner of the deluxe edition T-shirt is Joshua Luce. Congratulations, Josh.
Is that a real name?
1 week. Yeah, Josh Luce. It's actually my cousin. So it's definitely a real name. Contact us in it. There it is.
Yeah,
Chris.
It was
clear.
Yeah. Well, that's
good. Contact us within a week, Josh.
Yep. And then all you got to do is drive down to Tallahassee and pick it up.
Yep. I'm not paying for shipping.
It'll be on the porch.
Just kidding. All right. Come back and check us out next week. We have a really great interview we just recorded earlier tonight. I will be editing this week with Matthew Bauer. He is the writer and director of The Other Fellow. It is a movie. It is a documentary about real life people named James Bond. So go check it out. It is available now anywhere that you can watch movies. Anything else, Ray?
No, that wraps this one up.
All right.
Does this count as one of the 100 episodes? Because it was only like 20 minutes long.
I think if we talk for another 1 minute, it'll be 30 minutes long. It'll be at 30 minutes, and we can officially count this as an episode.
Oh, okay. All right. I feel that. That's smart. That's very smart. So
Let's see. Head over to deluxeeditionnetwork.com. Check out all of the other great shows and vote on the Denny's. If you want to support our show, head over to patreon.com/deluxeeditionpod. And you could go to whatamaneuver.net/collections/deluxe-edition and buy a t-shirt, buy a deluxe edition t-shirt or a deluxe edition network t-shirt. You can find all of our previous shows over at deluxeedition.show. And we are sponsored by GetSlicks.com. Head over there, use code DeluxeEditionPod and get 10% off of your order. And we're at 30 minutes, bud. That's a show.
We did it. We did it.
We did it. All right. See you next week.
See ya.